Before language, before tools, before fire, there was hunger. The year is 4.7 million years ago. The Earth was wilder, more dangerous, and unforgiving. No cities, no civilization, only survival. This is the story of our earliest ancestors, the first hominins who roamed the ancient African landscape. Tiny in stature, vulnerable in strength, but ingenious in instinct. Their lives were dictated by a single question: what will I eat today? To survive, they didn't farm. They didn't hunt in packs. They foraged, they scavenged, they adapted. Their diet was their lifeline, and their first connection to evolution. 7 million years ago, the Earth was in flux. The African continent was being reshaped by tectonic forces, uplifting mountains, creating deep valleys, and changing weather patterns. As the environment shifted, so too did life. The once dense tropical rainforests began to shrink. In their place emerged patchy woodlands and open savannas, vast stretches of grass dotted with trees, shrubs, and dry riverbeds. This wasn't a gentle transition. Animals, plants, and early humans had to either adapt or die. Rainfall became more seasonal, wildfires were common, food sources became unpredictable. For our early ancestors, these changes were both a challenge and an opportunity. The genus Homo had not yet emerged. Instead, Earth was home to creatures like Ardipithecus ramidus, a small, bipedal primate with a mix of human and ape-like traits. It lived in the forests and sometimes ventured into the open. Then came Australopithecus and Amensis, around 4.2 million years ago. These hominins were better adapted for life on the ground. They could walk upright for longer distances, freeing their hands, an advantage for foraging. They were not hunters. They had no tools. Their brains were small, about the size of a modern chimpanzee's. But they were beginning to think differently. They observed, they remembered, they experimented with food. These were the first explorers of the human diet. The early hominin diet was mostly plant-based. Fruits were the most prized, soft, sweet, and high in energy. They foraged wild figs, baobab pods, and berries where available. But fruit was seasonal, and scarcity was common. So they turned to what they could find: tough leaves, fibrous roots, and tubers. Underground, hidden from drought and fire, these plants were a vital survival resource. They chewed on sedges, grassy plants found near water. They ate bark, tree gum, and nuts. Their teeth tell the story: thick enamel and strong jaws built to chew through the tough, gritty food of the wild. These weren't snacks. These were lifeline. Protein was hard to come by, but not impossible. Insects played a key role in the prehistoric menu. Termites, ants, larvae, and beetles were nutrient-rich and accessible. Termite mounds were especially important. Some scientists believe our ancestors used primitive tools, twigs or grass stems, to dig out insects. A behavior still seen in modern chimpanzees. They also ate snails, frogs, and even the occasional bird egg. These small meals were dense with energy, crucial for long days of walking, climbing, and escaping predators. Nothing went to waste. Every living thing was a potential source of calories. Somewhere along the way, a turning point occurred. Our ancestors began to scavenge, not from plants, but from carcasses left behind by predators. Lions and saber-toothed cats made the kill. After they had their fill, vultures and hyenas followed. Then came the hominins. With sharp rocks in hand, they learned to break open bones and extract marrow, a fatty, energy-rich substance. This was risky. Approaching a fresh kill meant danger, but it also meant survival. Scavenging marked the beginning of a new relationship with meat, and it opened the door to brain development. Protein from animal sources, no matter how small, provided the energy needed for bigger brains. A costly organ, the brain requires up to 20% of the body's total energy. As early diets improved in quality, brains slowly began to expand. Cognition advanced. Memory, planning, and problem-solving took shape. Though fire and cooked food were still millions of years away, the seeds of intelligence were already being sown through what our ancestors ate. Food wasn't stationary. It forced migration. Early humans followed the seasons, moving where fruit ripened, where rivers flowed, where animals died. This nomadic lifestyle required memory, mental maps of trees, waterholes, and safe paths. It built early social bonds and taught cooperation. In a world where food could vanish in days, movement was not a choice. It was a necessity. What these early humans ate. The answers lie in the dirt, in fossils, teeth, and ancient soil. Chemical isotopes in bones tell us what kinds of plants were eaten. Microwear patterns on teeth show what kind of food they chewed: hard seeds, soft fruits, or gritty roots. Some bones bear stone tool marks, evidence of butchering or marrow extraction. These traces, preserved over millions of years, help us reconstruct their prehistoric diet. Each discovery is a piece of the ancient puzzle. Life 4.7 million years ago was not easy. There were no guarantees. Every meal was a struggle, every step a gamble. But in their simple, raw diet of fruits, roots, insects, and marrow, our ancestors found a way to survive. That survival gave rise to everything we are today. We eat differently now, but the hunger remains. The hunger to explore, to adapt, to evolve. Because before we were thinkers, builders, or dreamers, we were foragers. And their story is our beginning. If you enjoyed this journey through time, give this video a like and subscribe for more stories of our ancient past.